Alrighty. So what is up? We're back with the NerdFace segment.
Yeah.
We were supposed to do we were supposed to have 2 of these done already. We did it for the Moira and Reinhardt short.
And Doomfist.
No, we were supposed to do it for Doomfist, but you see that never eventuated.
Then you fucked it up, and I got it.
Because I thought we were gonna edit. I was gonna be like, yeah, let's edit a whole bunch of these videos. Let's do that. And then for some reason, I still have a message on my PlayStation that says it never posted. It said error or whatever. This upload this couldn't upload.
I think I posted it though, or thing.
No good.
Because I edited it. I edited it, and then I had to bleep a fuck ton of shit out.
Well, great.
I know, it just sounds really bad.
But anyway, so we're back, and today we are talking about some of the patch notes, the reworks, and Hero 27, which is Brigitte, as we know.
A little bit of that.
A little bit. We'll get more into that once she's in the game and we've played her, but for now it's just sort of like, hey, storyline, character, design, and then we'll get into our thoughts, obviously, and then we'll get into some other stuff when she's in the game. So, well, first we're going to start off by starting the game. We wanted to try something different today. Usually we talk over the fucking menu screen. So, today, this time, we are just going to be playing some 1v1s. We're going to fight each other. So, patches and reworks. I'd like to start off by saying with something about Sombra. Because,
yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Because she got updated a little bit and I played her and it was pretty okay.
Justice ain't gonna dispense.
I'm just choosing random characters at this point also. So, well, I guess where do we start? She got a higher cooldown. Yeah, oh, you're playing her. GG.
Nice. Yeah, she got a couple buffs.
All patched up.
I think the one is like she can hack more things.
Yep.
Don't move.
She has a higher cooldown or higher. It's not a cooldown.
Man.
It's like a longer time rate for that. The
translocator. Yeah, it's 20 seconds instead of 15 now.
Yeah, which is really helpful. I found that 15.
It's a lot
nicer.
nicer.
Too short. Yeah.
And I did notice that it was the 15 seconds was buggy for me. I don't know if anybody else, but it cut out about 3 seconds in it.
Oh really?
I don't know. I was looking more about it, and I don't think it was anything that was anything else. It might have been like lag or something like that. But oh, fucking damn. I'm not too sure. It cut out about 3 seconds. I don't know if it was lag or not. It was really weird.
Hanzo got. Hanzo's getting I guess a rework as well. Yeah. What was it? Hanzo for sure.
It scatters out.
Which I'm glad about. Too many shitty Hanzos make this game a horrible place.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, so he's getting, kind of like they call it a volley.
Yeah, what was it? Volley and then his, mobility.
Leap. Yeah.
Oh. Rude. Right.
Yeah, so it's, what volley is his ability, and he gets to shoot, what was it again?
I thought it was like
6 arrows.
Oh, 6.
That last for, I believe it lasts up to 6 seconds, but you can fire them all in 2. And I think all in all, if you get headshots on every single one, goes up to was it 400 damage? I believe something around 400.
I remember something about that.
And but that's really difficult to hit all the shots.
But if you do, it's worth a lot.
If you do, it's 400 damage. It shoots full power and faster. I'm not too sure all the numbers and everything, but I know it shoots faster and full power, no matter how long you've been holding on the trigger for.
So what I'm concerned with is what the fuck it's gonna look like. Because when they said volley, and then they talked about random, like, tons of arrows being shot, I'm like, oh, is he gonna knock a couple of arrows and shoot those? And in my head, that's what that looks like. He's knocking, instead of one arrow, 5 or 6, and shooting them all at the same time at full power. You know, with a weird, like, they all go to the same place sort of thing. But
yeah,
they haven't explained that, so when it comes into the game, I'm going to be really surprised as to what it looks like, because the idea of knocking multiple arrows, especially for Hanzo, sounds like a really good idea. He's an experienced archer, so that would make sense.
Yeah, I like how they actually brought into the thing where it's not just his arrows doing the work, it's him.
Yeah. Oh, you bitch!
Yeah, so I think it's like, you know how Genji's like a cyborg ninja, and then Hanzo later on in the anniversary, I believe, got his cyborg ninja thing and everything like that.
Yeah.
And he's a really experienced archer and everything like that, and I think I'm like happy that they have actually taken consideration that it's not just all his arrows doing all the work. It's not just his arrows doing the work, it's him too. And the way that works is a lot better to me. But I like that they're taking Scatter out because it minimizes the amount of people that are going to be playing him. How bad he's going to be played now.
Yeah,
and being a Hanzo main myself.
Let's be realistic here. It's taking out all the shitty players who play Hanzo.
Yeah.
All the ones who fucking scatter arrow and fucking shoot the ground. There's another
kill
thing.
A fucking tank.
Yeah, that was dumb. What was it? Oh, there was something else. Oh, I guess I like the idea of a double jump for Hanzo because Genji obviously does the double jump into the air, but when they explained that it was almost like a double jump forward or backward or wherever you're going, yeah, like a lunge. I thought that was a really cool idea because that's what his brother can do, so it's not like they weren't taught the same thing.
Yeah. I was hoping they were gonna do something that about that eventually, mainly because I thought that. Yeah, like, he has no movement, and that's why he's not played, really.
I also, correction, I said taught the same thing, but Genji's a cyborg ninja that can jump in the, like, on the air. So I'm sorry, I'm a dumbass for saying that. They were taught the same thing, even though he can fucking, he's a robot.
Yeah,
Alright.
And I thought they were gonna give him a wall run. Like, not a wall climb, not like a wall climb, but...
Edge?
Yeah.
Oh, bitch.
I thought they were gonna do that, and then I like how they did not do that and gave him the wall climb, like kept that, and gave him the lunge, which is like 10 times better in my opinion, and I'm glad they put a cooldown on it.
Yeah.
Like, I was worried they weren't gonna do that, and it was like gonna be impossible to hit and shit.
It's high noon.
There's no way that hit me. So yeah, I'm really excited for that, and they said, because Jeff Kaplan was on the forums. Oh, I mean Jeff Goodman. Sorry, that sounded really fake. I said that, but Jeff Goodman, that designs all that stuff.
The underrated brother.
He was,
sort of
yeah,
thing.
the underrated one. That one that actually does work. No offense, Jeff Kaplan. Love you, Daddy. He was active on the forums. He has been for a couple days now, saying that they wish they didn't say anything about it before, like during the Bridget, or However you want to fucking say the name.
What the fuck are you talking about? Wait, about the character you mean? We jumped from Hanzo to Brigitte really quick.
No, like I was saying like they wish they didn't say anything about that.
Why?
While she was releasing, because then all the hype dropped as her, like after she got added, and then it's like everybody's asking where's the Hanzo changes and stuff like that. So they were kind of wishing they wait, mainly because of that he won't like that those changes won't go through for, I think they were saying like 2 weeks or something like that, like not for a bit.
Well, yeah, because they're just working on sound design right now.
Yeah. Oh, and I believe the movement too. That was like janky and shit. So that's what they were saying and everything like that. There's a lot more, but I don't really look on the forums too much because the forums are more for PC players than anything.
60 seconds.
And it does, like, I wish I was on PC instead of console. Like, I fucking hate console. I grew up on it though, so.
Fuck.
So I kind of wish I had a PC. I'm in the works of getting one and everything like that. But I wish there was a PTR for console and everything like that, so they'd make sure everything was good, because a lot of things fuck up on console more so than PC.
That's true. I would probably get like a PC copy of Overwatch just for the PTR, just to be able to play it before anyone else and just sort of see what's happening and how things are being dealt with and how they'll most likely transfer over to us.
Yeah.
Well, there was another thing. I guess, what was it? You said Sombra could hack way more. How much can she hack now?
Everything. Like, Genji has no movement after he's been hacked. No one really does. Like, that's the problem.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, I heard about that. I thought you meant like
anybody.
Well, that's a buff to the hack. I thought you meant like hacking more things just at all.
Well, yeah, she can hack more characters too now, which I found out. They didn't really say anything about that, but I did figure out they can hack a lot more. So she can hack basically everybody. The only thing I do not like is that I saw this guy, some Twitch streamer, I can't remember his name.
We're all soldiers now.
And he was playing Sombra, and he was jumping at a Pharah, like with his translocator, and hacking her, and then she just plummets.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but it's fucking annoying because I don't think she should be able to do that.
That makes sense though.
Well, yeah,
like,
but
that
like,
always
Pharah
pissed
can't
me
even
off
use
that
it.
you can't fucking hack Pharah and she won't just come out of the sky. She's like for some reason still flying. That always confused. I actually thought that when I first started out, like when Sombra was first introduced, I thought that if you hacked Pharah, she'd just fucking plummet from the sky and just be dead. But no, apparently not.
Yeah.
And now they're adding it now, so it's I guess it's better.
I don't think Pharah should plummet that fast though. Like, honestly.
Oh wait.
Like, she like plummets to the ground so fucking fast.
Well, yeah, she has no fucking jets. She's gone after that. That's it. Death. Once it's like you run out of jet fuel, right? So if you actually like, cause you can oh nice, you can I guess spend all of that and once you spend all that fuel, then you're pretty much fucked.
Oh, good.
But you will plummet from the sky if you over.
Yeah, but you like kind of like drift, like you soar down a little bit. Yeah, you're gonna hit fucking hard, but like still you're not gonna plummet to the fucking ground in 30 seconds.
Well, because I guess because it doesn't come back. What if it's on cooldown? Unlike Sombra hacking it, it's usually back, but you're using it to get down. Which is the difference. If she hacks you, then it's not coming back and you're hacked and you're fucking dying. You're falling from the sky.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Sombra's a little too OP now. Like, I'm sick of seeing her. I'm sick of how much she hacked. I don't like I've never liked the radius that she can hack in. Like,
I always thought it was small.
No, I don't mean the handheld. I mean the alt. Like,
yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh no, I think it's like way too big.
I also think her ult is kind of useless, to be honest.
No, it's not.
Well,
not
no, of course it's not.
Diva bomb.
Yeah, something like that. But for some reason, when I started out, yeah.
It's like a Zarya ult. Like, it's only meant to be used.
Yeah, you need
as like a support thing. Oh, what the fuck? Like it's like a combo ult, you know?
Yeah, of course.
It's not, and I just like I understand where you're coming from with that, and like people are coming from like how much they. I just don't like how people's decisions are not made for them. People don't know how to decide for themselves. They see a few Twitch streamers fucking do this.
Oh
and
yeah,
that
yeah, like the meta
characters.
sort of thing.
Yeah, I hate the meta. Like, the meta's nothing that's like used by like it's used by pros, and they're pros for a reason, and they play those characters for a reason.
Oh, you went for the health pack. I thought you were gonna right behind me.
And like,
not dead yet.
Like, I think the meta is stupid. I think people's decisions for that is like stupid.
I've got you in my sights.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I don't know, but like getting off topic there.
I like the Genji hack to make sure he can't double jump. That is his only mobility and escape, so I guess to hack him would make sense if he couldn't get away.
Yeah, but he wouldn't be able to move at all if that was the case, because he's in a suit like the.
Well, he is a robot, I guess, in that case.
Yeah, so he shouldn't be able to move at all. Same with Bastion. Like, Bastion should be able to Yeah.
I told you, Logan, if we started 1v1ing during a video, you get focused and then you stop talking.
Not really, but like, I'm always like this. But like, I think it's a case where if Sombra's gonna be able to hack him and not be able to double jump, then he shouldn't be able to move at all. He might as well just be dead.
Well, I think that's more of a gameplay, more of a gameplay mechanic than anything, because it would suck not being able to move. Plus, Genji's not that OP.
That, and he's like, it's fast. Like, her hack ability is fast. You can't get away from it. And it's so annoying. Like, unless you hit her, which Genjis have a hard time doing.
Sure.
Like, it's hard for a Genji just to fucking hit a Sombra, like, no problem and
I'm
shit.
not a young man anymore.
But, like, I don't like Genji at all. Like, I play him, but I don't like playing against him. He's fucking annoying. But, like, I just think they've overtuned Sombra a little bit. She was fine where she was at. People just got bored of her. That's the only thing.
That's true. And I'm also not sure. Okay, well, we'll go back to Sombra in a second, but I'm also not sure why they're doing this with the characters as a sort of, we want her to be played more. Like, they did that with Mei, they're doing that with fucking Symmetra right now for some reason. Which, by the way, is not a good thing, because Symmetra's, like, still kind of OP already, still. Ow. She's still OP. If they hadn't noticed, even with Moira, we're gonna negate that right now, but Symmetra still can burn people with ease. Oh shit.
Yeah.
And I'm not. I guess that makes sense, but she's a support, and she's not really gonna get off that. And I hope they understand. I think instead of just keeping her on support and sort of having her on telly, which kind of is her only purpose. They say they're gonna buff her, rework her, whatever the fuck they're gonna do. I think what they should do, because she makes hard light, they should make it so she can make a health pack for people. Not not specifically like an ult, but sort of with the same mechanics as her ult. So it has enough charges for the whole team, but it has a really long cooldown, just like Mercy's res.
Yeah, I like that idea too, and maybe they'll fucking do that. I doubt it because they're fucking idiots sometimes. But like, I just think it's like they're getting irritating with it. They only focus on these big streamers and these big fucking high levels and shit. And me and Kieran are in Diamond. Like it's like we're really high plat and we're like about to climb to Diamond. And it's a case of like they've completely ignored everybody below Masters. And even Masters are ignored most of the time. I think it's just ridiculous how they focused on only a certain group of people instead of the whole community.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I think it's very arrogant and fucking kind of like pretentious in a way. I get sick of them thinking they just throw away like half the community, which if you think about it, and there are statistics, 5% are in Grandmaster, and
which is not a lot.
3% are in Master, and 1% are in fucking top 500. Sorry,
Shit.
couldn't think of the name. In top 500, 1%, 5%, so 6% all in all.
Doofus got some patches too.
Yeah, he did. We'll get into that, but just finishing my point. All in all, I just think it's fucking very annoying and shit, where they want some characters to be played more. Where, like, if you think about it, everybody has played quite a bit.
In their own way.
And I just, like, some characters are not always needed. And I think they want everybody to be useful on every map, except for the fucking new characters and shit. I just think it's very irritating, and they piss me off.
Time we had is fading.
Well, what do we move on to next? I guess Mei, we could really quick touch on Mei, because she got a buff as well, which I'm not really sure was necessary.
No, was not necessary at all.
Well, they just wanted her to freeze faster, to be able to freeze people faster. Also, I'm just restarting this every time that it stops.
Yeah. It's a 0.8 of a second faster.
Yeah, I didn't understand. But the weird part is that everyone starts to play her immediately after she gets buffed or something. Everyone does that. I don't know why, but it's almost pointless. It's like, wow, you know, well, was it to make it so she could kill easier? Is that what it was? Because otherwise I see no point. She's not a DPS, and even they know that. So I don't know why they decided to buff her in that regard. Because she doesn't need that. She's not a DPS.
She does 150 damage with a headshot. That's more than half the health of a character with 250.
You can one-shot a Tracer, if you can...
She can one-shot a Tracer. I've played Mei, and Tracers are blinking around, and I've fucking hit the shit out of them. And they aren't anything for me. Like, really, like, they're not.
Maybe they should nerf the Icicle. Oh, fucking
yeah, maybe. To 75.
Oh, not one shot. If you can headshot, then you get a one shot.
If it's but like you bodied me and I was 75. Like that's ridiculous. You can melee me twice and I'm dead.
I want to try and do it. Oh no.
That and the fucking icicle and bullshit. That needs to be nerfed. Yeah. See, I'm dead.
Pop.
I was looking around and I'm fucking dead. It's just, it's stupid. I fucking hate Mei anyway, but to buff her like that is just a fucking stupid thing to do. Like, I'm 24
actually, did they nerf it? That was 2 headshots.
No, it wasn't. They were both bodies, you'd know.
It made the noise though. Who else got a? Who else was getting reworked again?
Doomfist.
Well, I mean, Doomfist got
rework...
like a quicker recharge time on his knuckle guns.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I think was decently necessary.
Yeah, that was okay. That makes sense. What was it? Did they change the bullets too? Didn't they? The amount of bullets like shot.
No.
Or was it just the spread? They did some. Ow! They did something with the bullet spread. I noticed that.
I think it was a little more. It's closer. Like it
like it's more.
Together.
Yeah. Okay. Instead of a spread. That's not what I wanted.
Yeah.
Oh well. Okay, now really quick, because nobody ever touches on this, and I'm fucking mad that nobody ever touches on this. Logan and I talk about this a lot, even our friend Shelby, who we play comp with, and quit playing. We play Overwatch with her. So yeah, see, what the fuck. We talk about this so much, and nobody in the, it feels like nobody in the Overwatch community talks about it, like nobody else. And it's Moira's fucking range.
Okay, it's a case of range or
damage.
No,
like, look
no,
at that.
Range.
How?
It's range or
what was it, lock on?
Like,
the lock on thing?
Yeah, lock on. And it's fucking ridiculous. You cannot have both. Like, just nerf it so she cannot kill a Pharah
Look
in
at
the air,
that.
full height.
Yeah, you can kill a Pharah really easily as Moira, and nobody seems to argue the fact that Moira can reach really fucking far. Logan and I are mad about it because nobody else touches on it, and it's really weird. Because here, Logan, you should go Pharah after this, just to show. Because because Moira can reach way farther than she should, and it would make sense for her to reach. She's not a DPS, and we all know this. She's supposed to be a healer, which is, makes sense. I swapped the controls, so it's left to this hand and right to the suck hand, because for some reason
with the Doomfist.
Yeah, they said that the knuckle guns weren't supposed to be a primary. But look, I can reach her.
Yeah, they had it as primary.
Look, I can just reach. Easy. Nothing, no challenge, that's it. You see how stupid that is? Just fix it so it's, like, not like that.
Unless you're a really good Pharah, like fucking Seagull or something like that, you shouldn't be able to do that. You have to hit her with every shot or you're fucking dead.
I'm gonna really quick, just for my own benefit and anyone else who doesn't like Junkrat, I want Junkrat to be nerfed as well, but only because he does his primary guns, the bombs that I'm shooting, and even the concussion mine, they fit, which they fix. Thankfully, if you hit someone with one of these bombs, which I'm clearly not doing, 'cause you're a fucking Pharah. If you hit someone with one of those bombs, that's 120 damage. 120 health gone. That's the same amount of health taken as Genji's ult, Dragon Blade. One slice, that's 120. One Junkrat bomb, that's 120. Now the reason that pisses me off is because that's his primary fire. That's not an ult, that's just him shooting. Which, is unfair because not only can he down anybody, but he's also fucking... He, along with 5 other people on a team, means that you're pretty much fucked. Because he could kill the whole team by himself. He can kill if a Roadhog doesn't heal, he can kill a Roadhog with 1 clip of his bullets. 1 clip. 5 bombs. That's it. Doesn't matter where it hits, because there's no headshots for damage. Like, it's a bomb, obviously, so they didn't do the headshot thing. The headshot
Yeah,
critical.
there is headshots.
For Junkrat's bombs?
Yeah.
Really? Well then, there you go. I didn't test that then. Ooh. But alright, 5 body shots will kill a Roadhog, which is like the beefiest tank we have. And I don't think that's okay because that's his primary fire. and maybe a concussion if you can. If now, I guess, if you can chuck it accurately enough, which I will thank. I will thank that you've now made it so the concussion mines do not less damage, but sort of it's harder to. Well, you have to actually, you know, have skill when throwing it, which I'm okay with.
Don't.
Oh. Which is fine. I understand that.
I understand their bombs, but like, come on, like it's fucking ridiculous. Like, I just think it's a ridiculous amount of damage.
It's just a little too much. Excuse me? Ow. What were you? Oh yeah, I guess. I don't know, just an easy way to get rid of. Just down it by a little bit. Like not even all that much.
Like not 75, but like 100.
Yeah, just make it even 100 damage is like enough. He is not a tank buster. Junkrat's not a tank buster. He doesn't need to do that much damage, especially when he, of all people, is one of the squishies in the game.
He is a shield buster, though.
He's a shield buster, sure, and I understand that. Well, then maybe fix it so he does more damage to shields and less damage to people, so that not like every squishy doesn't get fucking destroyed under his boot.
Oh. I get sick of Junkrat because his fire rate is quick, his damage is high, and his accuracy is 0. You don't need accuracy.
Yeah, I'm glad they lowered the damage as well for Junkrat, just because I don't know if they saw my clip, my video, whatever, but I got killed as Sombra from somewhere across the map because of Junkrat.
I take it on the chin.
But I just think his damage needs to be downed just the littlest bit, and then it will be more okay.
Guess you can't deflect that anymore. That's bullshit. I hate you 3 times. You should be dead.
What else?
I think that's it for like complaints and shit.
Complaints, yeah.
But well, like discussions about the reworks, patches, and shit like that.
Do we want to move on to Brigitte then? The last little bit.
30 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I think so.
No. All right. So I guess we're onto the. We're gonna be focusing mainly on the character as a whole, maybe even the story. Not that we really need to, but how she's looking so far, and then how we feel about it. So I guess where do we start? Well, Brigitte is Torbjorn's daughter.
Brigitte.
Oh yeah, fuck.
Brigitte. Brigitte Lindholm.
Lind with a D. Lindholm.
Oh, Lindholm. Yeah. I was like, it's not Asian. Lindholm, yes. And I like how they added in. Oh fuck. I like how they're adding in more family aspects of it.
Yep.
Because you got
like
2 brothers, cool. And then mother and daughter, and now daughter and son. I mean, fucking father and daughter, and you also have
Godfather.
And Godfather too. Fuck off. Yeah, I like that, and if anybody remembers from the Uprising event, the letter that Torbjorn wrote to his wife while he lost his hand.
Oh shit, really? I wasn't there for the Uprising event, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, you came right after it, I think.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah, it explains why she's named Brigitte and why he's the Godfather and everything like that. You mean? So
he's the Godfather.
Yeah.
Oh, so I guess one of the things that I'm okay with, but like sort of not okay with, is the fact that she's not even really a support. They said she was a support, and she is in the support class. But in all reality, she's a tank. And as much as they don't want to admit that, she's pretty much a tank or pretty much a DPS. Either
she's
that.
She's a hybrid.
Yeah, she's supposed to be a hybrid.
Her a buff.
For the heals?
Yeah. You can heal like more constant now.
Oh, good. Thank God.
But it's crazy how they've added in the character that has literally everything. A shield, hit back.
Like a bash. Ah! Oh, you bitch!
Like a shield, hit back. Like knockback.
Shield
sorry.
bash.
Shield bash too. What else? Healing. Armor. Like everything.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Like just everything.
And I also think that this is the weirdest way to go about like getting rid of dives. This support tank hybrid is not the way that getting rid of dives is really should be done. Because they're like, well, they'll get rid of. Oh really?
Yeah.
Well, they argued that fucking Brigitte's shield bash will get rid of dives, which I'm not sure that
her
totally
fucking
understand.
20-meter knockback thing is going to get rid of dive. What the fuck are you talking about?
I haven't seen how far it hits her back.
It's 20 meters, and with a Winston jumping in the air, he flies back. Like he's fucking gone. And same with Diva.
Oh, good. I'll have to see, because I actually don't know. Oh.
15 kills.
It's a weird way. I think it's a support tank hybrid is a weird way to go about it if you aren't thinking about Brigitte or the abilities that she can do. Just that word in general means you would think that doesn't make any sense. Why would that get rid of dives? But I guess it's a cool idea. I'm also not sure that adding that character right now is a good idea. I think that they could have done it in the future, and it would have made sense to do it a little bit in the future. But I'm not sure that right now is the correct time to have that.
Your gun is just floating here.
Yeah, that happens. I don't know why. I'm not sure that like now is the correct time to add in a character like that. Just because we were waiting for a tank. We should have had a tank a while ago.
A Talon tank, you mean?
Yes. Okay. Now I'm gonna argue about this for a little bit. But
you're irritating me a little bit with this.
Why?
Because I understand why they didn't do it. It's because it's been 90% Talon characters.
Oh well, that's true. Yeah, I get that.
I knew that was coming. Like I was about to shoot you too. Like it's been 90% Talon characters. Like you got Sombra, Doomfist, and Moira. Who else? Fucking God. I think that's about it actually.
Yeah, that is. See, okay, but that's why I wanted it.
And then Orisa and Anna. Those are the only two, and now Brigitte.
I guess that makes sense. It's just a bit weird.
I'm sure it's either that, or I think it's either a Talon tank or a or the Queen of Junkertown. That's gonna be next.
Would
honestly.
also probably be a DPS. Now, really quick. Okay, well no, you continue. This is gonna be the last segment.
But I'm also saying that we have no hits of a Talon tank whatsoever. A Talon tank whatsoever. There's no hints, there's been nothing of it ever.
There was one background picture, but it looked more like a DPS. People thought that was a Talon tank, but I doubt it.
I'm gonna fucking destroy my point right there, because there was a thing where it was a more of a dive tank in. That was gonna like more of like an Orisa kind of thing.
Oh, you made me waste that, you bitch.
And everything like that. So there was, but I don't see it happening next. I see more of the Queen of Junkertown. Yeah, sorry, I'm getting, like, distracted.
Yeah, see?
Shut up, we only did 20. Okay, it's more entertaining. And I just think that I like Brigitte a lot. I like the way she, so far I like the way she plays, I like all her actions, I like the way her movement is, everything. I like her. I like her story, the dedication and everything she has, I really like her.
I'll have to I'll have to withhold further judgment, I guess, until I play her. Because I mean, there are some things I don't like, but I bet once I play her, it'll make more sense probably to me. Maybe I'll have a different opinion.
Yeah.
But I like, okay, there was one thing that Jeff Kaplan said in the video for introducing her that I really liked, which was, he didn't say it for Moira, but it was implied, and I think that it was good that he said it this time for Brigitte. What did he say? He said, if you're used to playing tank and wanted to try support, Brigitte is the character you would probably play. And then he also said, if you were going to play, or if you play support and you wanted to try tank, Brigitte is the character that you'd probably play as well. So I like the idea that a player who normally plays tank or support swaps and bridges the gap between playing those two things. With Moira, he didn't say it, but no one said it, but it was implied that it was a healer meant for the DPS players of the game, because she's mainly DPS based. It wasn't said, but it was obviously implied, which is something that I like. That's a good argument. That was something that opened my eyes a little more when they said Brigitte. I'm like, why the fuck would they add this? And then immediately after watching that video, I thought, okay, well maybe this is a good idea to sort of bridge a gap between different playstyles.
Which needs to be, it needs to be like that, because I'm so sick of getting a mainly a healer, a main tank, and not trying anything else, and I'm sick of just having to do 2 and 2. Like, that's annoying. Now the new meta's in, it's like quadruple tank and 2 healers and shit like that. Fucking cunt. I hate you so much. You're such a bitch. Sorry. That pissed me off. That pissed me off so much, because I knew you were gonna do that. And you fucking won, you asshole.
No, I didn't actually. You're still in the lead. There you go, see?
Damn right, bitch. So I do like that. Yeah, so that's all I have to say on the situation. I like her, and I can't wait to get to play her more.
Alright, oh shit, I went back to menu instead of restarting it. Alright, well, yeah, I like that idea of sort of bridging the gap, making sure everyone gets to play sort of generally what they feel comfortable with, and also getting out of their comfort zone with the sort of switching from tank to support or support to tank sort of thing. Which is something I really enjoyed. Okay, so my last thing that I was gonna say was an idea for a talent tank. Now, the only reason I'm bringing this up is because the way that I've thought of it, or the way that I've written it down on paper, is a way to get rid of dives. And I'm not sure if Blizzard will hear this or find out about this or fucking whatever. But if they do, this is a really good sort of brain teaser for them to
get in the game, take it.
I don't know what to play. Oh hey, I was gonna play Zenny. This is a really good sort of like inspiration, maybe? I don't know. So this is nice. This is an idea for a talent tank. Now I wrote this all down because I was listening to some hardcore ass dubstep like Excision, which is the bassiest kind of dubstep you could probably listen to. And for some reason, it reminded me of a giant robot, almost like just a machine. And I was like, yo, that sounds pretty cool. And for some reason, I thought of Reinhardt in a way. I was like, hey, what if that was a character or a tank? What if that was a Talon tank? So, in my head, it's almost Reinhardt, but very different. If you think back to the canceled Titan project of before Overwatch, they had a character named Rumble. He was like Reinhardt, but a giant red, like he looked like a sphere almost. That sort of, but black and very demonic and hellish looking in design.
I don't think they would do a design like that for Overwatch though. Maybe skin, but not a design.
Well, no, okay, well, black, just hard black. Maybe Rumble with black.
Matte black.
Yeah, matte black, red lights. That's pretty much all I'm trying to get at. And maybe for a skin, a demonic looking thing, but mainly black metal, red lights, and he looks very angry. Is my point. So I don't know this character's name, but I made him up on the spot by accident. So he's okay, so for you and I, Logan, and anyone else who's been playing this game a really long time, we know different classifications of characters better than people do. Better than even some of the Overwatch developers do, I'd say. We created a system, you and I, well, we didn't create it, but we have a system where we classified tanks in different ways. Where I'm going to go through them right now with you because you know them, you and I know them. Roadhog is a DPS tank because though he takes a lot of damage and has a lot of health, he is obviously DPS focused. He's the hook, the shotgun, that's his focus, is to kill. He's a DPS tank. That's our classification for it. Reinhardt is a shield tank, but he is a push tank. He's not meant to defend a point until Larissa came around, but I guess he isn't really meant for that. He's more meant to push onto a point rather than defend from a point. I'm getting my ass kicked right now. Orisa is
like a hold tank.
Is a hold tank. She's a shield tank, but she's meant to hold a position. Opposite Reinhardt, because that barrier doesn't move. She's meant to hold a position. With D.Va, she's a dive, who's meant to get squishies, get mainly squishies, and then Winston's meant to get people like don't. Winston's meant to get people like Genji, who deflect everything, and Tracer maybe even more mobile characters, I'd say. And Zarya, I haven't thought of a classification for Zarya, but only because
Zarya's a push tank too.
Yeah, she's like a push DPS thing. I don't know. But anyway, the classification that I've made for this character is called what I'm calling a berserker tank. I don't know why. What am I doing? I'm gonna die. Oh, I double clicked that. I'm a dumbass. Smart me. Yeah, the classification for this is a berserker tank. He's meant to kill, but not to push off points. So he gets on a point and he helps defend it from dives. He's like a berserker tank, so he's meant to get rid of dives. He's meant to hold that position and make sure no dives get on and take the point. So he's meant to defend the point by killing dives. That's what I'm classifying our berserker tank. So he's meant to kill or push dives off of a point. So he defends it like a DPS, but he's a tank, so he's meant to push them off. I have all this written down in front of me because, you know, just in case it decides to be stolen. So his first ability as a tank is a full body shield. So instead of a hard light shield like Reinhardt or Orisa, There you go.
That didn't even touch me, whatever.
He engages a full body shield. Basically what that means is once you engage the ability, there's an aura that goes over his face, the screen, because it's unlike Reinhardt, it's not a third-person view. It's still a first-person view.
So it's like a Zarya.
Yeah, it's like a Zarya bubble, except it's like on his body. So his body starts to glow and he becomes a shield, which is a full body shield. He's meant to stand in front of barrages of bullets and make sure that he takes the damage so that the DPS doesn't have to. His full body shield has a low shield health because it's his actual body, but covers him in hard light, making his body a shield for the team. So he basically is like he's the definition of tank. He's walking in and taking damage like a fucking boss, which for me is like the definition of Talon, looking like a fucking boss. Which I think is quite funny. What else? Hold on, I have it listed in front of me. Fuck off, you bitch. Ooh. Okay, so the second ability is a slam. It works almost like Reinhardt's ult or Doomfist, more like Doomfist Seismic Slam, but he smacks the ground with his palm. You bitch. He slaps the ground with his palm, and the ground cracks on the ground, making a really long sort of stream of cracks that go as far as it needs to. And it pushes instead of pulling people towards him like Doomfist, it pushes people away really far, not super far, but far enough that if they were approaching a point, they would be pushed far enough back for the team to sort of notice and take charge of the situation and know that there are people trying to get on the point. So it's basically a sort of a delay between him and the DPS trying to kill the other dive. So he's keeping people off of the point with that slam. His third ability is a grab. He grabs any DPS or healer. I wanted to leave out the tanks because it would make sense if he couldn't grab tanks because he is a tank himself. And, he's giant, but it just means his hands are not big enough to grab fucking Reinhardt. So he grabs any DPS or healer. It's almost like a real quick swipe. So he grabs them, and that does a little bit of damage. But then once he grabs them, he crushes them with both hands, and then he throws, which does damage, and then he throws them away, which does no damage. Enough to sort of either finish them off if they're trying to get away, or start something off for the other team, for the rest of the team, to make sure that dive or that person gets killed. He can look up with this ability, so if there's a double jumping Genji, he can grab them out of the air and crush them and then throw them, and then be sure that person takes a lot of damage. And a tracer. I mainly thought of those because those are the most mobile characters in the game, so he can grab characters like that with it. And it does enough damage to make sure that they can, fucking be finished or be started or whatever. His ultimate. Oh shit. Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna go back to lobby because I'm distracted. I'm trying to read off my phone.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the end anyway. His ultimate ability, which for some reason, out of nowhere, I've decided to name Thunder Drum. That's probably not the actual name of it, but for some reason that's what I thought of. He roars, okay. Oh, I'm gonna tell you about this right after. But he roars, and then he like smacks his fists together. He like punches his own fists, so he clashes them together, and then he starts beating the fuck out of the ground. Sort of like you know how Wreck-It Ralph does the hand thing, like yeah. He does that's a great character to use. He does like the smash with both of his hands. It's like that, but one at a time. Now he goes up with it and comes down, so he's able to once again get rid of any double jumping Genjis or Afar if she's low enough. but he's also able to turn with this. So if there's a tracer going towards him and then all of a sudden she dashes or blinks past him, he can turn and slam her to be sure that she doesn't get away, or she takes damage when she is getting away. So that is mainly to get rid of anyone on the point and to make sure that they get off the point while that happens. So he begins to slam his fists down rapidly to crush and kill anyone who is caught underneath it, which I think is a really cool idea. So that's 3 basic ones: the full body shield, that's his tank thing, the slam to make sure nobody gets on point to push them away, and then the grab to make sure that the DPS, or the dive DPS in particular, either don't get away or don't do any damage when they are on point. And then obviously his ultimate being the Thunder Drum. The description, which is something that I'm not sure you'll like, but because my main is Reaper and he's Dark and Brooding, I've decided to sort of incorporate something like that. So he was taken in by Talon. He was taken in by Talon, never to be seen or heard from again. So he was maybe an operative of Overwatch, or even just some renowned whatever.
One question. Okay, for one, how many legs does he have? Is he
2.
like a... Okay.
He looks like Reinhardt without a shield or a hammer, but with
okay.
and he's also more demonic looking.
Him, but when you were describing him, he looks more like Orisa, more like a beetle kind of looking thing.
Oh god.
With like sharp, pointy, like cone-shaped legs, like pointy them, though, and 2 fists.
Just 2 fists. Well, no. It's more like a beefed up version of Reinhardt that is black with red lights all over him. And he looks like an angry fucking thing.
Amazing description, Kieran.
Sorry.
But... Okay,
Well, give me your thoughts so far.
Cool. Awesome. I like it, but I have theories and ways to poke holes in it and everything like that. But I wanted to know, like, is he like an Omnic, real, or just like a random AI?
That's what I was getting into in his description or his bio or whatever. So I'm not obviously there's holes in the story, but he was taken by Talon, never to be seen or heard from again. I'm not sure if he's an Overwatch operative or just someone renowned that they wanted for their own selfish purposes. Talon. But he resisted Talon's method of brainwash until they had no choice but to sort of strip him of everything, even his basic sort of idea of freedom. Talon tortured him until he could no longer feel, or until all he felt actually was serve, kill, and hate, because they wanted him.
So Widowmaker.
Almost, but to the more extreme, because she has sass. She can still sass talk and like kind of laugh if she really puts her mind to it. He doesn't. He's fucking angrier than that. Talon only left him with 2 things: his bloodlust, so his want to kill, and his favorite method of killing, which is to crush and he likes blunt objects, and because he's a giant robot-looking thing now, giant suit of armor, his entire body is a blunt object, so they thought to leave that with him. So the one thing, he's a human, obviously, but because they fucked him up so bad, even his voice was taken from him, so the only sounds you can ever hear him make are like metallic growls through the armor and the giant crusader-like looking machine that he's stuck in, because because he's fucking giant and he has no voice now, so he's just sort of growling and making like roars and weird transformer-y noises, if you really think about it, like the clinking and the like roars of, I don't know, if you think of fucking the first Transformer movie, the sounds were the coolest. So that's sort of the sounds that he makes.
The mechanical, robotic kind of voicey.
Let's just say he could make a dubstep song if he talked. We'll say that. Alright, well that's everything. Ask questions and poke the holes. Tell me. I don't have a passive for him either, so I could incorporate something like that.
All right. Well, I think we talked about everything we want
No,
to.
I said poke holes, you bitch. Fucking argue. Tell me he's bad. Tell me he's good. Tell me something else. You said you had abilities to poke holes. Come on. Poke some holes.
Okay. Mainly his alt. Okay.
There's no distance. Yeah, I know that.
What's the radius of it? How large? Like how wide is it?
I guess with his arms fully outstretched, he wouldn't probably reach too far. It's meant to be an up close and personal kind of ult, so just if there's a giant group of people on the point and they are taking the point and we're losing people, that's when the ult comes in and he sort of just makes sure the people who are caught underneath that die and the ones who don't get away, so that the team has a chance to our team, I guess the team is losing the point, has a chance to regroup and make sure that they can take the point back and defend from any other pushes that they have. So there's no distance, I would say. There's probably not a lot of range. Anyone who gets close enough to him. Think of Reinhardt's hammer. Maybe like either a little bit farther or exactly that range.
Alright. So how much health does he have?
The statistics and like damage numbers and health numbers, I don't actually know. I probably won't figure that out here. Let's get out of this.
I have no really other questions or things to poke holes in, you know?
Things to poke holes in.
Like honestly, that's about it. You know, I like the way he sounds. I like the way I envision him. Other than like me having to change that because it's not the way you described him and everything like that. But no, I like it. I think it's good. But
what do you think a passive should be?
We'll talk about that out of the video, though.
Okay, sure.
But I think that's all we want to talk about. We got our bitches out. We got
our bitches out.
We got to talk about the new character, Brigitte, and
the Hanzo changes.
Yeah, the Hanzo changes, which I'm really looking forward to, and everything like that. So yeah, I think that's all we have to talk about, really.
Yep, we could say something about Doomfist, but we don't really care because he's kind of in the game already. So we're trying to get on this early. Well, no, because we missed the Doomfist thing last time we did this. We could have said something about how he looks or how he thinks, but we're kind of late on that, so we don't even care anymore. That's why we're getting to this early, because Brigitte's being added to the game, so once she's added, we'll be able to make the necessary judgments or sort of ideas or whatever. It's kind of our opinions is the word I'm looking for. But that was successful. I'm glad that we're getting back into doing these again, because the discussions is really helpful, and I'm hoping these sort of get out there. But I think that's good. Hopefully Overwatch fucking Blizzard, sorry, thinks of my counter dive tank idea, and hopefully puts it on Team Talon, because that's the only thing we're missing now, which is okay. But I guess we don't really have an outro for these things, and that's kind of the thing that's fucking stupid.
It just gets awkward silence after. But yeah, that's all we had to talk about. Really good discussion and everything like that. But we'll be back for another video after Brigitte is added into the game. We'll probably get back into a 1v1 or a custom game just to find any bugs, try to break her, and do some battles between me and Kieran.
Try to break her. Well, listen, we can't publish 18+ videos on YouTube, okay?
Oh yeah, okay. Damn it, we have to go to YouTube. YouTube, fucking YouPorn. I was trying to think of the name of it.
I think the hesitation was the best part of that. Alright, well, I guess that concludes the discussion for today. How do we need to find a way to end this, but keep on nerding on.
That was awful and the most cringiest thing ever.
We should
cut
keep
it now. just cut it at this conversation and.
Okay, alright. See you later.